Hi guys, welcome back to Reading the Word and Understanding the Bible. Today I read Luke chapter 15 and chapter 16. And in chapter 15, what stood out to me, or what I find interesting the most, is when Jesus is talking about the lost sheep. So Jesus is sitting around with sinners and tax collectors. And the teachers of the law see this, and the Pharisees see it also, and they're like, why is he eating dinner with sinners and eating with them? So Jesus, knowing how they are, Jesus tells them this parable, and he says, when you have 100 sheep and one gets lost, you leave the 99 in the open country, and you go find that one lost sheep. When you find that one lost sheep, you rejoice to find him to find him. You pick up the lost sheep and go home so he could be back with the 99. And then this is the most important part. It says, then the farmer calls his friends, his relatives, his neighbors, and says, rejoice with me because I have found the lost sheep. And 7's the most important part. It says, I tell you that in the same way there will be more rejoicing in the heaven over the one who has repented than over the 99 rejoice persons who do not need to be repented. So what this is saying in here is, Jesus is saying when someone it becomes born again and accepts Jesus Christ into their life, it is so much joy in heaven that lost sheep that was lost is found now, who knows the way of God, who walks in the way of the Lord. And the 99 sheep also rejoice, but in heaven they rejoice so much more for that one lost sheep, because that one lost sheep is not going to go and do an eternity of lake and fire and hell anymore. He's saved by Jesus Christ. He understands what Jesus really came down on the earth to do. He repented for his sins and returned in his ways. And what it's saying is here, it's not where you go to church once a week. It's not, you could be completely just walking in sin. But if you hear the word of God and your ears are open to it and your heart feels something different, that feeling something different is Jesus Christ coming into your life and understanding that. And so when you ask Jesus to become born again into your life, it's a whole different feeling, because you're not walking alone anymore. You have family walking with you. And that's what's so cool about it, is Jesus says when you become saved, not only do the people rejoice here because someone's been saved, but also in heaven they rejoice so much more. And the reason why they rejoice so much more is because that 99, that lost sheep, is not going to be burning in the lake of fire in hell when the time comes. He is going to heaven. And that's something so bright and shining to understand. And that's what Jesus is saying this. That's why Jesus says it's so important to preach the word of God. If you have the opportunity, be different. Don't blend in. Be bold with your faith. That's what I like about this so much, is that it's the beginnings of understanding who Jesus Christ really is. So I pray that this helps you guys today. Pray that you guys have a good day, blessed day. Love you guys, and God bless. Hi guys, welcome back to Reading the Word and Understanding the Bible verse. Today I read Luke chapter 15 and chapter 16, and in chapter 16, what I find interesting or what stood out to me the most. This is actually one that I do love sharing. So this is about the rich man and Lazarus. So Jesus is saying this parable, and what he's saying here is there was a rich man who was fine luxury, who lived in everyday and wealth, and at his gate there was a man named Lazarus, who was covered with sores and longing to eat from the rich man's table. And even the dogs came and licked his sores. So even the rich man's dogs came and licked Lazarus' sores. Think about that, first of all. So what that's saying is even the dogs cared about this man who was named Lazarus. Even the dogs cared about him, and the dogs gave him even love. Even though the rich man couldn't even give him love, couldn't even give him food off his table. Okay. Then both men died. The angel took Lazarus to the side of Abraham. So Lazarus ends up going to heaven. The rich man died also and gets buried, and he ends up going to hell, where he was tormented. And he saw the rich man from hell saw Lazarus on the side of Abraham. And he asked Abraham, send Lazarus down here, so at the tip of his finger in water to cool my tongue, because I am stagnant in this fire. So this rich man thinks he has everything going for him on earth, dies, sees Lazarus, and Abraham tells him, but the people from heaven can't go to hell and help you. Once you live your life on earth, you can't go to heaven and hell back and forth. You can't cross paths. That's not how God creates it. And he tells them, send Lazarus to my 5 brothers, so that way they could not go to hell where I am in pain and anxious and suffering, so my 5 brothers could go to heaven. And Abraham says, your 5 brothers have Moses and the prophets to listen to. And if they don't listen to the Moses and the prophets, then they go the same way as you go. That's what I find so important here, is that he says, listen to this. Now this is where it describes Jesus in verse 31. He says to him, if they do not listen to Moses and the prophets, they were not even considered even if someone rises from the dead. You know who that is? That's Jesus Christ. Because Jesus Christ conquered death. He rose from the grave 3 days after being on the cross. And there's still people who are like the rich man today, who they might hear the word of God, okay? And hearing the word of God, they still don't believe. They still want to be in their selfish ways, selfish richness, selfish desire. But the people who do hear the word of God, who understands the prophets and who understands Jesus Christ rose in 3 days, and you believe in that and accept that into your life and change your ways, become born again. When you die, you'll be risen, just like Jesus Christ, into heaven. That's what's so cool about this, is that it says, even if someone rises from the grave, they won't understand. They won't believe. So that's what's cool about this, is that what you have to understand is that Lazarus is is an example of one person who went into heaven. And there's many people who are going to heaven, but there's many people who are lost, like this rich man, who go in their own selfish ways, their own selfish desires, and don't care. They believe, everything I have on earth is fine enough. I'm living wealth, I'm living my best life. But when they actually die, they go into hell and torment. And you can't go to heaven after you go to hell. So that's something very important to understand, is that it's very important to accept Jesus Christ in your life and to feel the difference. Because you will feel a difference when Jesus is with you and when he's walking on your side versus walking on your own and your own selfish desires. So that's the difference here. Pray this helps you guys and just broke this down a lot. Pray that you guys have a good day, blessed day. Love you guys and God bless.